Welcome back to another one of FJ's Do This at Home experimental videos. What we're going to do today is we're going to make a liquid density stack. So what encouraged me to make this video was a jar at home I've got, and in it is some aviation fuel from my aeroplane and some water. Now you probably haven't got this at home, but every time we fly a light aircraft we take a little bit of fuel out the bottom of the tanks and we check to see there's no water in there, because that's not going to be very good in our engines when we're trying to fly or take off. And you'll notice that the aviation fuel, which is blue, floats on top of the water, which is colourless. So these two liquids have different densities, the denser one at the bottom and the less dense at the top. So let's head off to Barry's kitchen now and see if we can do something similar with kitchen ingredients, and let's see if we can make a density stack with more than two liquids that don't mix. So here we are at Barry's kitchen. Let's see how we would make a density stack at home. All the usual health and safety things apply here, so be careful you don't get this stuff in your eyes or what have you. And if you're under the age of 30, find a responsible adult who will help you with this experiment. So to make a really interesting and multi-layered and colourful density stack, you need a few things. Firstly, you need the jar that you're going to build your density stack in, and what works best is a very narrow, tall glass. You could use a jam jar, and because I'm a scientist I'm going to use a glass measuring cylinder from the lab. And then collect together the things that you're going to put in your density stack and put them in order of the highest density first, so that's going to be the lowest layer. So I've got some runny honey here, some balsamic vinegar, some coloured washing up liquid, some regular tap water, some vegetable oil and some methylated spirit. And what we're going to do is we're going to put each one of those into our container and see if we can build up a colourful density stack. Right, so let's kick off with the runny honey. So here we go. Don't use too much of this stuff because the poor old bees have to work really hard to collect it. So there we go. Some recipes for this suggest things like sort of maple syrup and other things, so you can experiment. Now I've already got off to a reasonably bad start because I've got some on the side of the container, but that doesn't matter, it's an experiment. Okay, the next layer, some balsamic vinegar. Now you don't want to splash this in, you want to get it in gently, and let's see how this goes. There we go. So I'll just put the lid on that because I'm bound to knock it over. And you can see already that we've built up two colourful layers. So let's have a crack with the washing up liquid. Now normally when you do this you use like a big pipette, turkey basting pipette dropper, so you can put it in really gently on the surface. But I'm experimenting and I'm just chucking it in, see what will happen. So there goes the washing up liquid. It's just if you put it in a little bit too aggressively, the two layers mix. But you can perhaps leave it for a while to sort of settle down. So yeah, I've got a bit of a mix up here, but I think I can see the balsamic vinegar and the washing up liquid on top. So now let's go for the water. And this really doesn't work very well dropping it from a high level, but again, that's the nature of experiments. We might just get a lot of bubbles here. Oh, we're beginning to get a layer. I'll put quite a lot in. Yeah, of course what we've done here is dissolved some of the fairy liquid a little bit because I've dropped it from a very high level, but never mind. So that's the water. And this one I know won't mix, so in goes the vegetable oil. There we go, and I'll put a good amount of that in so you can see. And you can clearly see that those liquids don't mix at all. And finally, the meths. I like meths because apart from the smell, because it has this lovely purple colour. So let's put that on top. In it goes, not being too careful there. So I haven't successfully done the colours of the rainbow in the right order, but I think you'll agree that we've produced a reasonable density stack there. So there we go, there's our density stack, and actually it's settling down quite nicely into all the different layers and the different colours. Some people suggest you can do this with milk as well. Milk goes about here in the stack. I've tried that before now and it's made a bit of a mess, but it does work. But it's an experiment, so try different things at home. You can also colour different liquids with ink or food colouring. Anyway, if you have some success, and I'm sure you'll do a better one than I've done, why not send me a copy of it and show me how you've got on. Anyway, do hope you enjoyed that experiment and have fun, but do it safely at home.